Welcome back. This is the biggest break I've made between videos since I started doing this lockdown series, but I actually took a day off. I took Father's Day off and went out to the beach. That was the first actual day of work I've taken off in this entire lockdown period. And it's a weird feeling when you work all the time to take a day off, because I kind of sit around thinking, I should be doing something, at least answering emails or something. But anyways, here we are. I'm glad to be back to work. Hey, thanks for all of your suggestions about what to do with that weird cabinet in my dining room. It's surprising how many people want me to put in some sort of a secret cabinet in there. People just love secret things, I guess. I think it's because we all watched Scooby-Doo as kids. A couple of people suggested I put like a custom fish tank in there, which I think would just be awesome, amazing. But I've had a fish tank in the past and it's kind of a lot of work, and I just don't know if I really want to deal with that level of work. A number of people suggested I put a wet bar in there, but again, that's not something I would use. I don't drink. A number of people suggested I just modify it to make a different type of bookcase, but I don't really need a bookcase. Those are the only books I own, that few, and even those I could probably get rid of some of those. I'm not a believer in saving books. Once I've read them, I'm done with them. But a few of you, including Roberto Perez Jr., suggested that I make some sort of a cat palace. Why didn't I think of that? Of course, catification. Remember a couple weeks ago I was talking about making that like hexagon shaped cat structure thing? Ugh, stop with the cats. Okay, but hear me out on this. Let me show you what I think might be really cool. The idea here is that I would rip all of this out, and then it would have various levels of like little houses and things the cats could go in and out of, climb their way up to an upper level here that goes all the way around over here to some sort of a pattern here that they can come all the way down. It's just delightfully mad. Anyways, I'm not gonna be getting started on that right away. First thing I need to do is get back to that closet project I also mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and that was the third bedroom. I need to make a closet organizer for that, and it's gonna be significantly different than the closet organizer I made for my bedroom. So let me show you what I have in mind for this one. This closet is significantly different than the one in the master bedroom that I made the organizer for a couple months ago. This one has these two weird overhead cabinets that are so high up that they're not very useful, so just junk gets stored up in there. I don't know what really people were thinking when they designed these houses in 1955, but so what this is this is two of these sliding doors. You're going to see some of why it's junk in here, just disregard it. But they built this like as a box out of plywood, and so it's going to actually be kind of easy to attach things to that. Years ago I made this shelf unit down here, which really hasn't worked out very well. Here's the preliminary design I've come up with. This is the size and the dimensions of the closet, and I need this space up here for those doors to slide back and forth. I might have to make this a little bit shallower, but you can see it's a pretty small closet space, 56 inches wide, and it's only 68 inches tall. But I think it'll work out well to do kind of like I did in the other closet, is just have the clothes hang in this spot, no dresses required. And then over here on the right will be adjustable shelves for shoes or whatever. Oh, I've got a new segment on the show, and I think this is just going to be a ton of fun. I was talking to my friend Antonio over at Real Men Real Style. If you haven't seen his channel, subscribe to it. You may think it's about style, but if you pay close attention, it's really about much more. Antonio has an idea for a project that he wants my help with. Antonio has limited experience of woodworking, so my first question was, what tools you got?
Hey Steve, Antonio here, big fan of the channel. Quick question for you. I want to build a shoe shine box. Eventually, I want to also build a jewelry box, be able to hold my cufflinks, watches, maybe even a gentleman's stand at some point to hold my nicer clothing, so when I'm getting dressed in the morning, everything can be laid out. This is what I have right now. I've got a table saw. Had this thing for about a decade, works fine, gets the job done. Over here, I've got a circular saw, I've got two drills, I've got a Sawzall. I've also got a couple tool kits in which I've got all the sockets, wrenches, quite a few there. I've got a couple hammers, mallets. I have a handsaw. I've got a chisel set. But really, that's about it. So beyond like what tools am I going to need and what steps do I need to take to actually make this dream a reality?
Wait a second. I want to back that video up for a moment and point out something. Why is that awesome pink birdhouse up on a shelf in your shop? It should be out where everybody can see it. It looks like you probably have about all the tools you're going to need to build a shoeshine box. The table saw alone is just going to be invaluable. And when we get to that point, I'll help you along the way. I really enjoy these kind of projects because they always pose a challenge for me. I mean, first of all, I've never made a shoeshine. Actually, I don't think I've ever shined a shoe in my life. So I guess really I have some homework for you. First of all, is to search the internet and find some pictures of shoeshine boxes that you like, at least maybe features of them that you like, and we can draw from those to pull together a design that you like. And when we get to that point, I'll also ask my audience for their suggestions, and maybe we can sort of crowdsource this and get something that's going to be functional, look great, and be buildable with the tools that you have. I hope you guys enjoy this segment. I'm excited to see how this evolves. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what it's going to look like or anything, but I think with your help, it's going to be fun to see where it takes us. So in the next segment, we'll look at the pictures that Antonio sends over, and you can help me kind of figure out what might be a good design. Hey, before I end this video, I want to thank all of you who've been following along during this lockdown woodworking series. This is day 100 of the lockdown, and of this I've posted, this is my 73rd video I've posted in this series. To put it into perspective, I posted 27 videos all of last year. And I know people like to put significance in numbers, especially round numbers like 100, but I don't think this deserves any kind of fanfare at all. A lot of people aren't in lockdown anymore. A lot of people aren't quarantining anymore. It just depends upon where you are. I know where I live, we're in kind of an indefinite quarantine or shelter in place, I guess they call it. And there's still a lot of people who are out of work, and there's a lot of stuff that just isn't opening up yet. But I gotta tell you, doing this vlog series has completely energized me and motivated me, and mostly because I feel like there's much more connection with you than in my strict project videos that I have been posting for so long. This has actually been my goal for so long, is to just find my core audience and make videos for them. And after the initial surge of interest in this series, I was expecting the view counts to go down, and they did, but now they've leveled off at around 40 to 50,000 views per video, and those are basically my core viewers. You know, I say this all the time, but people always put such significance on the meaningless number of channel subscribers. I mean, you look at the number of channel subscribers on this channel compared to the number of people who watch a given video, and it's a very small number. But what I've learned is it's not about that number of people who clicked a subscribe button. It's about the number of people who I can actually reach and hopefully affect their lives. There's going to be some clunker videos in this series, but hopefully there'll be some good ones, and over time you'll learn something and we can all get to know each other all the much more better. I have no idea what all the much more better means. But I need a script. I'll see you guys later.